Hey you guys, welcome to my kids' room update. What I'm going to do in this video is I will change a lot in my daughter's room. I made it the last time when she was 3 and I painted the walls with Sesame Street stuff, but she's getting older, she's 6 now, and yeah, Sesame Street is just not the thing anymore. One thing that is actually a problem is that her room is really small, and it also has like a roof coming down, so there's really not a lot of floor space. But I'll show you how this room looked before and all the steps and things that I changed and all the tips and tricks and the things that I learned. So I hope that will help you with your project or inspires you to do a project. I start with a couple of main thoughts that I had with this room. We're going to change it to a room that is appropriate for, I would say, 6 to 10-year-old girl. The inspiration that I went for is basically a girl gaming room of some sort. So they have a lot of pink in there. Indirect lights, pink accessories. What I really want her to do in this room, that was my main thought, is basically 2 things: being creative and read a lot. So I try to encourage these things. It's kind of crazy what you find behind your kids' dressers. So the other thing that you just saw in the video is that I made pictures of the bed. And the reason for that is that I sold the bed. And usually when I have it all taken apart, like all the pillows off and stuff, and people who want to buy it see what they actually are going to buy, that is where I take the pictures. And also I took the measurements and I took pictures of the measurements so that people actually can see in the pictures how big everything is, and yeah, if they want it, if it fits in their space. Next step will be my fight with the carpet. No, it's not a carpet. My husband says it's not called a carpet, it's called a rug. So when I was little, I always wanted to have one of these play rugs where you have the streets and little building. My kids never really loved it. Within this project, one piece is to take out the rug. We will donate it to a local daycare here in our town. So after I already made the pictures of the bed, I also take it apart. All the little metal things that you will take out of a furniture that you disassemble, try to put them in a Ziploc bag or some kind of breakfast plastic bag right away. You will lose that stuff. I did that so many times. The moment you take it apart, put the screws in the bag. You'll see in the video that I did that. All right, you guys, let's go to a store. So I'm going to a small renovation store. It's actually not like the super expensive one. It's a very, very cheap one to get a couple of supplies like tape that I need to protect all the surfaces. I actually also buy the paint here. So I don't invest a lot of money because it's a kid's room. So I'll do that probably in a couple of years again. So it's not, I just don't want to spend so much money. I need a couple of supplies, pans, the plastic pans where the paint goes in, of course, rollers and brushes. One thing that I really need is this telescope brush. Here's one of the best tips I have. I mean, it's not really a secret, but the more you prepare your space, the better this all goes. So you see me here taking, basically protecting the floor with this kind of, I don't know, what is it, the plastic fabric of some sort. And I tape it exactly to the corner to where I will paint. So I use the tape to really seal the floor. I think that's how you can say it. I'm not sure if you get a sense of how small this room really is, but you see me moving around the camera, you see me moving around the stairs and all the ladder and all that kind of stuff. It's really small. So the other thing that I taped off is the outlets. I'm making like a circle frame around it, and then I just push it all to the center, and with that the outlet is completely protected from any paint. Here you can see kind of my painting strategy. So I want to start off with the brush and just make the corner and really go along the edge. Then I will take the second brush to make it a little bit thicker. It's not a brush, it's a roller. And then I will go in with the third one, with the telescope one, and I hope then I really go quickly up and down, fill the whole space, and I don't have to worry about the edges and the corners anymore. So I hope this works out. This is my original plan. I think the first thing that I should mention is the quality of the paint. It will play a really big role for you. So even though I was at a very cheap store, I did not buy the cheapest stuff. You saw I have a rainbow to cover, like all the colors and really thick and bright, vibrant colors. And this is just a neutral tone. So it has to be a good quality paint, otherwise it will just not cover. Here's a little mental game for you. So it takes so much time to tape off all the corners, all the edges, the floor and everything to protect your surfaces. It takes so much time to paint in the corners, to go around the outlets and all that kind of stuff. And then it's really so satisfying to go with the big roll and just make meters. Like you go so fast and you cover surfaces so quickly suddenly that it's really it's so nice at the end. After all the work, you speed up the process at the very end and you'll be done so quickly. Here you can see how hard it really is to cover something like the rainbow. We made this 3 years ago and it looked great. It was so colorful. I loved it. Really, I still love it. It breaks my heart a little bit to watch this video right now to see it disappear. So what I wanted to tell you is you can see that the first coat of paint does not make the rainbow disappear completely. So it's really important to be patient, and the better the quality is of your paint, the easier it is. Then you may only need 2 coats to cover something like that. Yeah, but you have to be aware of that. Like if you get really cheap paint, you can go up to like 3 or 4 times and paint 3 or 4 times. I decided to get a bed from IKEA. This is actually a pretty big bed. So it's 200 by 140 centimeters and it's also very high. I can stand under it and I'm like 160 tall. So that was really the right decision for this space because we have another room under it. And in case you're interested, Stora is the name of it and was around 400 euros. My main tip for IKEA stuff would be follow the instructions. Don't go freestyle. Go one step after the other. These IKEA people really know what they do. So that's really my main tip. And the other thing that I learned over time, IKEA is always right. I never had a part missing, and every time I thought, oh, how should I read this instruction? Read it carefully. It's all there. They're just made really, really well. The bed really was a good decision because it's giving so much space back. Basically you have a second room under here and it's like a little living room. The thought that this is possible basically comes from all my IKEA tours. IKEA does a really good job in showing how much you can do on a small space. Like they have 30-40 square meters apartments basically built in their store, and they show you how you really can use the space. I really like the idea, and that's kind of where the courage came from to do this. The other thing I really wanted to show you is what I did under the bed. Let me see if I can show this to you. So this is just curtain material, also from IKEA, and I basically hung it here. But if you look closer, like let me search for it. So if you look a little closer, you can see there's actually light strings in here. It's a light curtain and it basically goes all the way here, and then it has all the strings, the light strings going across the bed. Let me turn it on and show you how it looks because I thought it turned out really, really cute. Unfortunately, this one starts blinking, which I hate. So if you do this and you want a steady one, it's not even blinking, it's like changing the modes. Get one that has the steady mode in the first setting. So this one has 8 settings. Let me show you the good setting. This is disturbing. Here we go. So look how cute that looks. Let me lay down and show you how that looks when you lay down on this really cute, not carpet, but rug. Doesn't that look cute? Doesn't it look really, really nice? I really love it. Let me show you what I thought about the light, because now she doesn't have a bed light anymore. So she has those little shelves over here, but no light, like nightstand light anymore. But let me show you. Alexa, turn on the bed light.
Okay.
Isn't that cool? What I did to install this light is super simple. So I basically just did one of these LED light strips. I think every boy between 14 and 16 knows them and puts them behind their desks or their gaming desks or whatever. And I decided, because we don't have space for a lamp, I just do it behind that wood. So you don't see it. It basically just lights against the wall, and you can make different colors. You can make it pink, white, green, blue, whatever you want. I keep it white right now because the bedding is pink, and then the whole bed already shimmers in some kind of pink. I kind of can see that I did something here that I wanted to have as a kid. These are the shelves that we got from IKEA. They were, I think, 25 or 35 euro the piece, and then you have to add the bracket that goes on the wall. That's another 5 euro or so. So they're not that expensive, depends on how many you want to do. And you saw I decided for the pink ones, and you can arrange them however you want. Like, you can do them all in a straight line, or like weed it, like a little bit up and down. And it's just perfect here. It looks a little bit like an art installation, but it's also so much space that she has for everything. On Amazon, I bought a little clock that has an alarm function, and it's really cute. Look how small it is. So, and one thing that you really want to look at before you buy a clock, and I did the mistake before, that's why I tell you, I bought one that is not silent. So the second, I don't know, the finger that shows the seconds would do something like tick, tick, tick. So I think we have a Paw Patrol clock that makes a horrible sound. It's the worst. So this one actually had it in the description that it's a silent clock. And if you listen really closely, you cannot hear anything. I hold it against the microphone, so you can't hear anything. That's the best thing. It has a little light, and it also has obviously an alarm function. This is absolutely the perfect little clock for her. I love it. Okay, do you remember when I said I want my kids to be really creative and read a lot? So this here is the read a lot project. I basically just built a little shelf from IKEA and put it under the bed so that she has a little cute reading corner here. Give them the space to read and make it easy to read. Like, build the infrastructure that kind of invites them to read. And in this case, it's a really cozy rug, and it's this bookshelf and basically good books. That's the whole truth. The pinboard was one try to make her a little bit creative. Sounds not directly connectable, but my thought is the moment she can put artwork or things that she did on here and display it to herself, keep it in her consciousness, I guess, is the right way to say it. It's just a nice way to remind yourself of projects, to inspire you to do more projects, or to be really proud of something that you did. The other thing that I have in her room is a lot of crafting supplies. So she has glue, she has scissors, she has glitter, colors. I know there's always the risk that kids kind of paint the walls or whatever if they have crafting supplies in their room. But the bigger risk is that they just never try something if they don't. So I really want to encourage you, give your kids all this stuff. Glue, scissors, paint, everything. And then just let them do their thing. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about this bedding. The bedding I also found on Amazon. I just was looking for a cheap option, basically for a bigger bed. So I bought, I think it was 25 or 26, something. It was really, really cheap. And the fabric actually feels really nice. It's kind of soft, but it doesn't feel cheap. I really like that. The set came with 2 pillows that have like a front like this and a back like this. And also the matching blanket or blanket cover, which has the same fabric in the front. And then when you turn it, it has those little peaches in here. I really wanted to make sure that she has a nice bed that looks nice and feels nice, because that is actually one trick to keep your kids out of your bed. Just in case you didn't know, the nicer their bed is, the more likely they will stay in there. Okay, so I think that was the biggest thing in terms of decoration. So, oh yeah, I also bought this kitty cat paw here. I think it's a pillow for sitting on it, like for a chair. also from Amazon. And yeah, it's really cute. I was lucky that it was all the same pink tone, kind of. So, I mean, sometimes you buy stuff and it's just not the same tone and things are just not matching, although they should. But in this case, it really worked out. The only other thing that I found, more an accident, I did not search for this online or anything, I found it in a toy store, is this. And I thought that's really like a, it's like a milk jug. It's so cute. They're everywhere right now on the internet. I don't know, I just thought that's one of the cool things that I put in here. This one was 10 euros, I think. I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, this is what made its way up here as well. Alright, you guys, I hope you liked this video. It was a lot of work. Obviously, I didn't do this for YouTube. I just recorded what I would have done anyway. I hope it inspires you a little bit, and the thoughts that I had, sharing that with you, I hope that helps you with your own projects. Yeah, so the feedback from my daughter is great. It made me so proud. She loves it. Many times she says, "Mom, my room is awesome. I love it." And that makes me, of course, really, really happy and really, really proud because I put a lot of work in it and a little bit of money too. But yeah, especially dedication and planning and time. So if you're changing a room, I would say the most important thing is take the time to plan it. Go to Pinterest, look at rooms, make pictures of rooms at IKEA or wherever you are that you like, that inspire you. Then go back, make a little mood board, collect things that fit in that room, or think about the colors of the walls. Don't just go buy something and slap it together. Like, try to make it fit. All right, that's enough. I hope you liked it. I hope I see you in the next video. Have a good day and see you soon. Bye.